The worst that can happen in joining our credit restoration service is if accounts don't get removed. However, if accounts don't get removed, then we don't bill you for it. And that's the beautiful part about it, that the risk in dealing with our company is that there is no risk. We only bill you for items that get removed, and if nothing gets removed, then we don't charge you for it. Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another episode on Keeping It Real with Credit. I know it's been a while since you guys seen me on there, but I've been completely appreciative of all you guys' support, especially in joining into the program and getting those free evaluations. With that being said, this video is gonna be more in detail about the risks that are involved with the credit restoration process, especially if you're dealing with a credit restoration company. Now, one thing I want to bring to your guys' attention that in the beginning of this year, 2021, I went ahead and completely changed the pricing plan that is of the credit restoration service that we offer here at ScoreShield Financial Group. And just to keep you guys updated, and if in case you guys didn't know, we have a money back guarantee if we don't generate you any results at all. And two, we only charge you for items that we successfully remove from your credit report. Now, there's a huge reason as to why I did that. Not only did I want to start the new year strong and going for you guys, but I wanted to make it even more fair, not only to the people receiving the service from us, but to show you guys how confident I am in my team, right? And to go a little bit further on that, I kind of want to explain to you, I guess, the mentality, the psychology that went behind creating the payment for delete program and the 100% money back guarantee to ensure that your investment is always safe and secure with us. Now, to explain a little bit further, I need to kind of give you guys a little bit of context behind the disputing process, right? Which in turn is the very reason that makes or breaks credit restoration companies. I'm a true believer that, you know, when it comes to investing your money into a business or an investment, there's always risks involved, right? But to me, in my heart, the difference, what makes or break a company, what separates regular companies from the best companies is how they communicate those risks to their clients. And in addition to that, how are they able to overcome those risks, or how well are they at mitigating those risks to the client, right? And I think this payment for deletion option that we kind of started rolling out is the best way to do that. Why? Because let's be honest, there's a lot of variables that are in the credit restoration process. So let me bring you guys to some context, right? There's a bunch of consumer laws that protects us as consumers. However, one really is truly, at least in my company, the foundation of what allows us to do what we do, and that is called the Fair Credit Reporting Act. Now, the Fair Credit Reporting Act states that if something's unverifiable, inaccurate, or incomplete, it must be corrected or removed from the credit report. Now, the Fair Credit Reporting Act was put in place by Congress to be able to protect the integrity and the accuracy of what's actually reporting on your credit report. Because of that, part of your rights as a consumer is to be able to dispute and or challenge the information or the accuracy of what's on your credit report. And this is what all credit restoration companies do. However, real good credit restoration companies or processors in their processing department, you know, the ones that generate the letters and analyze the credit report, builds a strategy to then, you know, build a plan of attack to you know, basically get these accounts removed from your credit report. Really good ones are extremely good at not only reading a credit report, but they're extremely good at identifying those errors or inaccuracies within the way that it's reporting. A lot of inaccuracies on a credit report is very obvious, right? Which is why we do a free credit evaluation that you always see me all the time promoting on the videos. The reason for that is one, not everybody qualifies to get into the credit restoration program. Two, it allows my team to be able to look at your credit report and compare them across all three credit bureaus to identify the inaccuracies that are on the credit report. And inaccuracies can be a lot of things. For example, if you look here on the computer, I've been able to lay out some accounts here that have clear inaccuracies in the way that it's reporting. The first one we're gonna see here obviously is from First Premier, which is a credit card. And if we look line by line, we have the comparison of TransUnion, Experian, and an Equifax. Now, if you look here on date opened, right, TransUnion is reporting a date of February 14th, Experian is reporting a date of February 1st, and Equifax is also reporting on February 1st. In addition to that, we have high credit limits. TransUnion is reporting 628. However, Experian is reporting no high credit limit, and Equifax is reporting the same as TransUnion for $628. We also see here that the payment, the last reported was on January 1st. Also, Experian is reporting January 1st, and Equifax has January 1st as well. And we see here in the comments, which is also very important, charge-offs as bad debt, account information disputed by consumer, meets FCRA requirements. FCRA means Fair Credit Reporting Act. And Experian is reporting it, but it's saying it in a different way, which that does matter a lot when it comes to building the strategy on removing these accounts. In addition to that, we have date of last activity, meaning what was the last known activity made on this account, whether it was a payment or communications of sorts. Where we see here July 20th of 2016. However, Experian is reporting the date of last activity as August, and Equifax is reporting it as May 1st. And to add further to that, date of last payment, guys, TransUnion is reporting it at March 31st. Experian is reporting it on March 31st. However, Equifax is reporting it in May 1st. And now here, down here in this section right here, you see a 2-year payment history where Experian is reporting CO, which means charged off. However, in the same amount of time, Equifax is reporting an okay payment history across the board. Keep in mind, guys, that one bank, First Premier, is sending that information over to the credit bureaus. And for some reason, in that process, it's being misunderstood, misdocumented, or being, I guess you could say, misrepresented. When we do a free credit evaluation, these are the things that we're looking for. The obvious misrepresentations of the information being reported on the credit report. Now, for another example, just to show you guys how common these things are, we have LVMV funding. We have another First Premier. We'll go to LVMV funding here now in a bit. But we have another First Premier that's reporting date opened on May 31st, May 1st, and May 1st across the 3 credit bureaus. We also have a high credit limit of $575, yet Experian is not reporting anything. Equifax is. We have last reported on the 3rd of January. However, Equifax is reporting it a few days earlier. And we also have another misrepresentation of the date of last payment, as you see here, April 19th and June 1st. And as we see here in the box as well, also reporting charge-off when Equifax is reporting an okay payment history, right? You could begin to say, how can somebody be reporting charged off month to month, yet Equifax is reporting on the same months that were supposedly charged off as an okay payment history? And last but not least, we'll show here LVMV funding. TransUnion information is not reporting. However, on Experian, we're reporting number of months, right? 1, and Equifax is reporting 0. Keep in mind, guys, that this is LVMV funding. They're a collection agency, right? So they don't lend out money. So the fact that they're reporting the number, the amount of months or terms within a certain amount that they're collecting upon is inaccurate in itself, right? In addition to that, we have on the payment status, Experian is reporting a collection as charge-off, which is accurate, obviously because it is a collection agency. However, on Equifax, it's reporting late 120 days, right? Which doesn't make sense because they're collecting one time unless they're putting in on a payment plan. That's just not the way it should be reporting. And then the date of last activity is December 1st of 2016. However, Equifax is reporting it May 1st of 2016. And we can see the same inaccurate information here on the box below when it comes to the payment history. So with that being said, guys, when we do a free credit evaluation and we identify these features, these are the things that we're looking for to determine whether you're a good candidate for a program. Because if the inaccuracies are this clear and obvious on a credit report, chances are that the original creditor, whether that have been a bank or a collection agency that's sending that information to the credit bureaus so that they can report, also have negative information on there. And if we're able to uncover that, then that's enough leverage to uncover and let them know that they have violated the Fair Credit Reporting Act and that account should be removed from the credit report. Now keep in mind, guys, that there's a other process to this, which uncovers that the disputing process is also good for collecting documentation and information. See, in our company, the moment you start up with us, we're disputing all items all at once on a month-to-month basis for you, meaning all the negative ones. However, there's a 30-day time frame that the law allows for the creditors or the credit bureaus to respond back to us with what we referenced in the dispute that we sent them. If they do not respond within the 30-day time frame, and one way that you can annotate whether it's been 30 days or not is by having some sort of tracking with the letters that you send out, which in our company we have as well. Because the moment that they're 31 days late from responding back to our clients, then that's also a violation in the Fair Credit Reporting Act. We can take the timestamp of when we sent that letter in comparison to when it was received on the other end, and we can file what's called a complaint with the CFPB. Obviously, that's a clear documentation that they have failed to respond in a reasonable time frame, and what we want is for that account to be removed. Now, in a lot of cases, a lot of accounts are not removed in the first round. Let's say out of 10, maybe 2 or 5 may have gotten removed, and that's okay, and that's pretty much done with. However, with the other accounts, some of them may even come back as verified. And when they come back as verified, it is in your right, or what we do here at ScoreShield Financial Group is ask, well, how did you verify that account? Can I see the documentation that you used to verify that account? Can I get the name or representative that gave you that verification and what company it is that they work for? From that time, they actually have 15 days to respond back. And in our experience, about 60 to 70% of the time, they're not responding back, which also increases the probability of us leveraging the Fair Credit Reporting Act to get that removed. However, for the some that do send documentation back, our processors review it, and in a lot of cases, there's inaccuracies in the way that the documentation is being filed or the information that they've gathered. Your name could be misspelled, your signature can't be verified, they misrepresented your social security number, your address. It can be a variety of things. Once we identify, we follow up with a letter over to the credit bureaus and to the creditors to then acknowledging and letting them know that we have identified these errors and that they should get it removed from the credit report. The reason why I'm saying this because some accounts need to be involved a little bit more. Meaning that in the disputing process, we're sending something knowing that we're gonna receive something back to document it, to send in the next dispute. In a lot of cases, we've had accounts be removed after 4 or 5 months into the program. The reason why they finally get removed after 4 or 5 months is because in that disputing process, in that interaction of sending and receiving documentation, we're piling up paperwork and proof and our leverage to be able to get that removed, to finally come with a substantial, I guess you could say, case for removal of that account. Now, there are some people that are in the program, or just like any credit restoration program, that they've disputed an account over and over without even providing any new documentation to the credit bureaus and suggestions of getting that account removed, and it doesn't. So the reason for that is because this account is verifiable, accurate, and complete. Meaning after every dispute you've requested, every documentation you've requested, either the creditor or collection agencies or credit bureaus have all their documentation in place. And if that happens, then that account will not get removed no matter what. See, the only way that an account gets removed from your credit report is only if you're able to identify something that's unverifiable, inaccurate, or incomplete. So in our program, we've developed this pay per delete model, meaning we will only bill you for items that we successfully remove. However, we will continue to dispute the other accounts that didn't get removed in the way that we do it to finally go ahead and get that removal for you. I'm putting this in place because I feel trustworthy of the team that I have behind me. They are very good and effective into what they do, and we're willing to put our money where our mouth is to get the results that you need, because at the end of the day, it makes us just as hungry as you are to raise your credit score for us to get those accounts removed, because without that, then we don't get paid. But I just wanted to give you some insight as to the negatives or the risks of what that can happen, which hopefully you got from this video that explains, well, the worst that can happen in joining our credit restoration service is if accounts don't get removed. However, if accounts don't get removed, then we don't bill you for it. And that's the beautiful part about it, that the risk in dealing with our company is that there is no risk. We only bill you for items that get removed, and if nothing gets removed, then we don't charge you for it. Guys, I hope you like the information on this video. I hope it gave you some clarity as to, one, our new pricing structure, why we moved into that pricing structure, and a little bit of insight as to how my dispute process works, and the idea, the mentality behind that, to give you the best results we can possible, and letting you guys know that credit restoration truly is a process. And as much as we want to go ahead and dispute the information and get these accounts removed as fast as possible, in some cases, certain situations are out of our hands and they require a little bit more work to further get them removed in the long run. But if they don't get removed, then obviously it's because they have all their documents in a row. However, that's not to say that there's something that we can't do at that point, which we are known to help all of our clients when we get to that point. With that being said, guys, I hope you liked the information on this video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share with family and friends, and until the next episode of Keeping It Real with Credit, peace.